The Nigerian Constitution, Section 14, actually states that the federal character in everything that happens from the federal executive team, i.e., ministerial appointments, security team, anything has to do with federal. But the way it is, it's as if the government of Bola Ahmed Tinubu has been, how do I put it now? Is made up mostly of executives and people from the southwest part of the country. Is the Executive Council now simply a Southwest affair? Or has Section 14 of the Nigerian Constitution been relegated? My name is Nodim. And to throw more light on this is one and only. I can really regret. Today he's very angry. He's wearing a military camouflage.
Yeah.
Is this the Biafran camouflage or is this the Southwestern? Or is this the South? Whatever. Your general, sir.
I'm short of words.
Yes, you are not exactly.
I wanted to reply, then I lost it. You see, well, it's see, when people try to be clever by half. A few days ago, when this issue of Tinubu's nepotism or his nepotistic
attitude
appointment came up, a person from the DPC rushed with some piece of paper to arrest him, I think. I was saying, look at it. If you look, Southwest has 40-something position. Southwest East has this one position. I said, no, let's not look at the number. Let's look at the quality of the position. All the revenue centers in Tinubu government.
What do you want to call them? Cash cows?
The cash cows, the areas where money is.
The ministry that matters. The ministry that matters
are all occupied by people from the southwest, and most particularly with a slant to people from the Lagos connection. His point in Lagos.
Yeah, but please, I think I need to correct you that the what you call correctional services is headed by an Easterner, although he's active.
Correctional services.
Yes.
So what is the revenue from correctional services?
Bros. If you go prison, you go drop money.
Are we being serious now? Are we joking here?
If you go prison, you go drop money.
Are we not joking?
Let's ask Bobrisky. He dropped money.
No,
allegedly.
But on the most serious note,
yeah.
Now you have CBN, now NNPC,
EFCC.
Yeah, just name it. The cash cow.
Chief of Army Staff.
All of those areas are occupied by people from the southwest. Then when you want to see other positions, you see state minister.
Minister of State for. Give
this one. So the question is.
The Minister of State invariably is.
It's not like it's better. It's not like Shetima.
Please I call that man some respect.
I'm according to the
He's vice president of Nigeria.
Respect something now. That's what I'm saying now. Am I saying anything wrong? So what am I saying?
I know Shetima, Dwella, Yokuri Dwella.
The truth is that all these appointments are lopsided. You can no longer hide it. Even if my people will say, now small that they put sand for blind man Gary, make you not know. This one, you just carry the sample for that Gary. So now what we are saying is that when they removed Kiari as NNPC head, we're expecting that, okay, I know you don't like the Igbos. We don't like them. Why did you give it to South? If you don't want to give it to the Southeast, why don't you give it to the South? You went to the said, no, Kwara is not. No, Kwara is culturally Yoruba. I don't have a problem with Yoruba people, but I believe that there should be an equal spread. Why did not do it this bad?
Not to digress, why do you think that the Igbo man should not have a shot at any of this?
No, I'm just saying.
I don't understand. I'm just saying, why would any president not trust an Igbo man for any meaningful position?
No, he gave them Minister of Works to do the Calabar East West Road. Calabar East Road. And I never tried. So, but for the let's not be more serious now. Let's be, because this is a very serious issue. Tinubu's administration has weaponized tribalism, has weaponized ethnicity in Nigeria. It was running towards the election when Igbos were told in broad daylight not to vote. Now, Tinubu never came out to condemn it. Right? Mm-hmm. But why did he suspend Fubara? They said they want to bomb pipeline. Fubara never came out to condemn it. You see, I hate when liars have very short memories. You get the point?
Mm-hmm.
And that's what has played out. The urbanization of the Nigerian federal government is clear to it's very visible to the blind and very audible to the deaf. You can paint with any brush you want, but that is the truth. It stares off in the face.
All right. Now, is it possible that the other parts of the federation called Nigeria missed the memo on federal character? Or is it a function of the Yorubas first and always?
Well, I wouldn't know how to answer this question. I think Mr. Tinubu is the best position to answer this question. Because what goes through your mind when you are making an appointment? When you are making the appointment, how do you feel the other section of the country will feel?
So is it a function of these are the people that I trust? Or is it a function of I don't care what you think?
He has given you guys a middle finger before. That's another one.
But you're going to excuse us your French now again.
Pardon my French, please.
Okay. Federal character. Do you think federal character is still in existence, or is it just a painting on the wall that can be whitewashed or rubbed off anytime?
I think since the APC took power, one of the ways they took over power was to weaponize religion and tribalism. Right? They demonized a certain section of the country, they demonized a certain religion, and the right on that to clinch victory. And that's the ability.
Yeah.
It's a question of widening the divide that already existed. It's a question of widening the divide. But I'm happy that the Northerners are now feeling it. But when we are shouting then that you cannot keep doing this, a serious organization, Siraki Dixon last 2 weeks came to say, when you go to an NPC, you don't see any job person there.
And the 95% of the supposed crude from the enjoying things.
I understand. So
even though their lands are not farmable.
Why Tinubu might not be the originator of this tribal kind of governance?
And it's not likely going to stop it.
He just took it to a whole new level.
Now, the Nigerian Constitution gives way for several things that have been stepped on in the past few years, as it were. Do you think the Nigerian Constitution is still relevant today in the scheme of things?
No. Tinubu, we are running a monarchy now. A dictatorship. That's what we are running.
How do you see?
Because if the constitution exists, Ibas will not be the son of the of River State. If the constitution exists, right? If the constitution exists, Wike will not be causing the mayhem is causing unchecked. If the constitution exists, the president cannot just fly to France and leave Chetima to roam about like a ghost walker.
What are the powers to
transfer power? That's what the constitution says. But like the constitution has been raped, has been finished, it has been thrown into the dogs. So the issue of federal character and the issue of lopsided appointments is no longer news. It's no longer news.
So do you think the Nigerian entity, as it were, do we still have a nation, or is it a federation of a specific
Nigeria
tribal affiliation?
I hate to say this because I hate to say this. I've always been a proponent of one Nigeria, but I think
Are we still one?
I think Nigeria has outlived its usefulness
as an entity.
I hate to say this, but I think Ojukwu was right. Would have run a confederation.
I don't understand why you're wearing a Biafran.
No, this is not Biafran. I think Ojukwu was right. Everybody hates to say it. A confederation would have been a bad idea. Let region develop at their own pace. If some people choose to be slaves, all well and good. Because I don't see how one family will control Lagos State in 1999 till date. If the Yorubas or the Southwesterners have chosen to be allegiance to an individual or a family to go into willing servitude, all well and good. You get the point. But don't drag the rest of the country with you.
So if the constitution says no discrimination, do you think that Tinubu read the part where it says except for Yorubas? No discrimination.
Does Tinubu read?
You want to believe that he reads, yes?
Yeah, because if he does, I don't think he would be acting the way he's acting. If he has taken that constitution for once and looked at it, I think he would have been acting differently.
Yeah, but he rose to power on account of the same constitution.
No. See, Tinubu is not a Democrat.
Yeah, but remember the days of Afenifere and the days of Abacha, he fought it and nailed other Democrats to ensure that democracy saw the light of day.
Tinubu is not a Democrat. He's a pseudo-Democrat. A false Democrat. An anti-Democrat, if I might say. Because if you are a democratic person, Fubara was to be governor of Rivers State.
Before we go, the constitution that we currently run, the 1999 constitution, was heralded by Abubakar Salami, if I'm not mistaken, the then military head of state after the demise of Sani Abacha, who, of course, is a northerner. I want to believe he's from Niger State. Now, in recent times, the elites of northern extraction have been crying to whoever wants to hear that they have been marginalized, they have been sidelined. Bear in mind that they more or less masterminded the constitution. Do you think that they have a say in what's going on now?
The Northerners should just, at this point, with all due respect, just keep quiet.
Why?
Because they taught Tinubu what he's doing.
So he learned very well from them.
He learned from them. They are just being served their own poison and they don't like the taste. They masterminded, they developed this concept of Fulanization under Buhari. So Buhari, Tinubu is just following suit with the urbanization.
Finally, we have had someone from the north, several people from the north. We've had several people from the southwest ruling the country. When, if ever, do you think there'll ever be a chance for the average Igbo man to be in Aso Rock?
What are they doing there? They won't get there. You know why? The system has been rigged against the Southeast. From political appointment to development, the system has been rigged against the Southeast. If you look at the appointments, when last, the only time that the Igbo man got the shot in the hierarchy of the security chiefs was Ejirika under Goodluck Jonathan.
Yes.
That was the last time we had a detribalized Nigeria in the helms of
who established schools for the Fulani
and the rest. But aside that, every other person after Jonathan have shown their ethnic bias, have shown their religious bias.
Religious bias, ethnic bias, even our cameraman, editor, and director is shaking his head. What kind of country is this? Where are we going to from here? If we're going anywhere at all. Are we rudderless? Is leadership skewed towards one side? Is administration skewed towards one side? This and more are the burning questions that we try to, raise today, and we've always been asking. What are your comments? Read, like, share, and comment. The stakeholders. We'll be back here next time on your screens, on your phones, and every other gadget with which you view. My name is Nodem, and today with me, as usual, is my great warrior, great friend, Akabe.
Thank you very much, and have a good night.
What is your rank now in the Biafran army?
I'm not Biafran.
Okay.